Hello, and welcome to the Thrive Tribe Business Podcast. So, today we have the lovely Sonia Santos from the Positive Parenting Community. Hi, Sonia, how are you?
Hello, Mark. Good morning. I'm very well, thank you.
Good.
Excited.
Yeah, thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks.
So, we'll kick off talking a bit about your business story. How have you got to this point?
Good question. For the past 16 years, I have been a childcare provider, and my passion is actually to work with children, always been. And this was, let me see, uh, Monday morning, very early, when one of my customers knocked at the door to hand over her toddler. I looked at her and she looked like she just rolled out of the bed. So she looked tired, her eyes were watering, dark circles, messy hair. I reached out and asked her, "Morning, how you doing?" And her voice started to crack. She was exhausted. She was awake every other hour during the night. She seemed very lost, as as I am, as a reach out to help people. I straight away I offered my comfort and advice. So I have been for the past half of the year working with her, advise the best way how can she have like more routine and peaceful nights for her and her son. And she's so grateful. But in that moment, that's all what she needed. That moment, she needed that comfort and it's like a solution for it. And that's when I just, yes, wow, that's what I'm doing. Why just like help one when I can help so many? And basically, that's how it started. The light bulb moment, like I'm helping people and I'm doing this on a daily basis. So, through my knowledge, through my expertise, I help parents and I create a community where I can help many other parents.
It's funny, isn't it? As being a father of four children myself, it is really when you first have a child, you get a little help from the hospital when you leave them, and obviously parents and things. If you're lucky enough to have your parents around, they'll give you little tidbits. But then when they step back and you're by yourself, especially if it's your first child, you're there by yourself, aren't you? And there's no one to really, there's a couple of groups you can go to where you see mums for another hour, but you're very much by yourself. And yeah, from speaking from experience, you're almost making it up as you go along, being a young parent or parent at any age. So
It's
and I say if you see people who have, that moment of weakness, and it's not weakness because at the end of the day, we all want our children to prosper and to grow healthy and know right from wrong. It must be really hard to having somebody like you on their side to be able to talk things through. Must be invaluable to them.
100% is tough. Being a parent is tough. And it's just having, as you said, not just family, but someone just to give that extra advice. And obviously, when it's someone who's actually have that knowledge, so it really makes a difference. It does.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. So you've mentioned that you've been involved with children and childcare for 16 years. So just tell us a bit about the background to how you got started and what experience that you've had over the years.
Exactly, Mark. Like as you said, the childcare for the past 16 years, it gave me so much knowledge because I had to be registered with Ofsted. I have to undertake many, many courses. I'm a NVQ3 practitioner in child registered as a childminder, home-based care. Running a business is really ups and downs, and it's been a successful business. Um, and I have the best reputation and reviews in the town. So I'm very proud of it. But that to say, just gave me all these transferable skills to give my best knowledge to the community. Not just that, is the experience of many families and many children who came through my door, as well as being a parent myself. So I am a mother of three born, and during that time, I also had my cousin who came to live with us, and I was like her adopted mother. I was an adopted mother. She still called me mother. She's 27. Very proud of that. Not always been smiles. It has been challenges. It has been challenges with my teenager, who's now we have a most beautiful relationship. But just to give you a bit of example, the biggest challenge was with my second born boy. He's 13, but since ever, he's been very challenging in behaviors. We know now from the age of 7, he's been diagnosed with autism. As well as I had many experience with childcare and with my other child, I was not very familiar to dealing with children with special education needs. So myself, I had support from the school. I've done also myself a parenting course. Um, and the experience of deal with my son was just really enlightened. And that time, I wish I could have that extra someone as I am now to support me. And because I had that, I want to give back. Uh, Obviously, through those years, family dynamics have changed as well. So 16 years ago was still technology, but not as much as like now even toddlers have technology like they do nowadays. So also these needs, these challenges have changed. And through my experience as a parent and as a childcare provider, I keep like myself going with times and taking on courses and get involved with the school, and so I can give more. So the background is really that, being a parent, being a childcare provider, and keep myself trained and keep going.
No, that's lovely. And I say thank you for opening up about your second born as well. It's funny, isn't it? Because when I was at school all those years ago, if you had issues, that it wasn't really investigated. Whereas nowadays, thankfully, there's lots of things that are out there to help. And as you say, through your own experience as well, it must have, it's heartwarming that you want to give back and you want to serve others, to share your experiences and to let them know that they're not alone. As I say, in previous years, that wouldn't have been the case. You were pretty much left to your own devices. So yeah, that's really heartwarming. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
So what's your mission with the positive parenting community?
My mission is to help parents and carers to overcome their parenthood challenges through a positive approach. Uh, and that's exactly what it is. It's not just for parents, it's for grandparents, it's for step parents, it's for everyone who's involved with children to have that positive impact and make childhood and parenthood as a one in a positive way. So it's challenging, and my mission is to help them overcome those challenges.
Yeah, that's brilliant. I say what a great mission as well. And I say I'm sure, well, I know that you've helped many parents to overcome obstacles and
Yes.
just to be a sounding board, for for when people do struggle. So yeah, that's really nice. So thank you for sharing your mission. So what's your vision for the positive parenting community?
So my vision, you asked me, Mark, it it's to grow as much as possible the community so they can support each other and I can support them. I can make like not like make a huge impact into families in a positive way. So I want the community, I envision the community to be that supportive and as big as it can be. So many families can really have that positive impact I intend to make.
That's brilliant, Sonia. Thank you so much. You've mentioned how you got started in terms of that parent at the door who was obviously having a bad day until you stepped in and obviously listened to her and obviously shared your knowledge and advice. But what type of customer problems do you, not customer problems, what kind of parenting problems do you solve?
So I really cover every childhood difficult, parenthood difficult. This can go from as early as a parent to be, because it can be daunted, to really as adult age. Adult children, they can still be your children. And one of the biggest challenge I see, and there is no age for it, is the bonding, the lack of bonding between families. Doesn't matter if they have toddler tantrums, if they have teenager stubbornness, if he's even just bedtime routines, or if he's just potty training, or if he's anxiety, worries, going to school, all these sort of challenges that parents encounter. That is what I cover, and that is what I want to advise in my best knowledge to parents in a way that it can be, a lifetime through their development stages. Uh, yes, that's exactly the sort of customers and problems I will have. That will be any parents, any carer for any background or any age that I can help. I'll be here.
No, that's brilliant. I say some of the things you listed there definitely resonate with me in terms of bringing up the children, and that's the thing, isn't it? Children are all different, and we'll all have. I would love to say that all my children are absolutely perfect, but in reality, I can't say that because they're not. With they've all had different challenges over different parts of them growing up. Through from as you say that what made me smile was that before you even get a child, during pregnancy and all the worries about what happens and what happens when you go to the hospital and what do you need to prepare at home, all the way through now to having a teenager. And yes, that stroppiness, the staying in bed long hours at the weekend and things, and it's all we all probably have the same issues, but it indicates your experience, which is going to really shine out and hopefully, um, well, definitely help us obviously deal with those things because I think all parents just want the best for their children, don't they? So they just want to be able to have that nice relationship, make sure they can talk about anything with our children, and create those memories because as a dad of 50, I chose to have children late on, but I want that bond. I want to be able to do things with the children, and I want them to talk to me about anything. Some of the things that potentially I didn't have as a child, with my parents. But I just want them to be a really open relationship. And then you said before, the technology has advanced so much now, hasn't it? And
Yeah.
there's so much screen time, whereas before, when I was a child, it was literally just sat in front of a television, until you were sent to bed at 9 o'clock or something. Whereas nowadays, devices there every moment, aren't they? When they wake up, when they go
Yeah.
to bed, you've got Alexa and smartphones and everything else. So yeah, those skills definitely would be
Yes.
invaluable to me as a parent, even now, as I have teenagers.
And you said it very well, Mark. That's it. Is from every age the main focus is create those bondings and those relationships because there is no perfect children. We all believe we have perfect children, as you said. There is definitely no perfect parent. We do the best, as you know, but the end goal And my community bases on that, on having that positive impact into like create those bonds. When parent and children have bonds, those challenges is a lot more easier to go through and to overcome those.
Brilliant, thank you. And I've seen the school logo on your backdrop. So tell me about the school community.
Yes, the school community is exactly what he says. So it's a platform. And for many, as yourself who don't know much about it, let me just give you like a simple example. So everyone know about Instagram or Facebook. So you know, a Facebook, Instagram is have a lot of things going on, different businesses, but then you also can have your business page. In your business page, you just have a community related to that business. So school is basically that. It's like a business page, which is not a business page, it's a platform. It's called school.com. And that's my community. It's just for that community. It's just like who's interested to become part of this positive parenting community where we support is a supportive community. We support each other, and that's where we can just then share advice with each other. That's where I then post all my contents and the guides and what can I offer to the parents. So it's literally just a close community in that platform. So I've got my QR codes and my logo there. It all leads to the school. If you want to know more of, for the listeners who want to know more about it, just go on my socials. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. I'm Sonia Santos. I always have the link that can just lead you to the school.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. The school system sounds amazing. During my investigation, getting ready for the podcast, I've seen that you offer an 8 step positive parenting system. Can you explain a bit more about that, please?
That's right, Mark. So this is my course that is going to be available to everyone. And everyone who goes to my school community will have access to it. This course is really carefully designed for every parent, and you will touch every more popular challenges that everyone can encounter. So it's a 8 step program course, and that will take you from starting up, step back, observe what parenting, what challenges, to the end of it, where you apply all the steps, you overcome all those challenges, and you actually have that secured for life. So the course will be on demand. We're still working on it because we want to give the real value, make sure we don't miss things here or there. And so it's still under development at the moment, but it's very valuable. And with it being on demand, it can be accessible for anyone in the world. That can be any like times difference from UK, and it can like then help as much parent as in it as the aim is.
That's brilliant. I say having it accessible at any time, any place, anywhere, I think is really, really important. And so then everyone can get involved, can't they?
Yes, yes.
You mentioned before about that very first instance when you knew that obviously you had a passion for imparting knowledge in your experience. Do you work with anybody on a one-to-one base?
This is another service I want to offer, because as good as the course is, it is really good when you apply every single step. there is someone who comes, oh, but you know, Sonia, I try that and I just cannot see difference, or I cannot, I still struggle with so and so. So, one-to-one, it's what I offer on a monthly basis where the parent can reach out for me and we can work on that tailored a situation with a parent, with the parent can actually discuss with me questions asked and call to actions. What can we do in certain another situation? So a very good example is like when we say we need to, be gentle to the children so they can listen to us, explaining to them what should we do. And someone say, yes, it doesn't work with my children. They still talk back to me. They don't listen. So that's when we go, okay, how do we say that? What did we say? What can it work? And that's how we work in like one-to-one single situation with the parents.
That sounds brilliant. I say having that extra support, especially as you say, if something doesn't work, I think is really invaluable for parents, knowing that they can actually speak to you and get that, get other ideas, or maybe just listening to how they're dealing with the situation is really, really good. And I say we all do it when we're out and about, don't we? We'll see a child misbehaving, we'll see a parent, deal with it in the only way that they know. So yes, having your experience would be really, really good
Yes.
to.
Yeah, that's very true. And for some parents, it's just having that handheld, that accountability that they actually can talk with someone that can understand them without judging them.
Definitely. I've also seen on the school community, because of which I'm a member, having four children. You've also got some guides up there as well at the moment.
Um, yes, the guides. The guides they are for someone who don't want to take on the full courses. They just want to focus on certain um focus on their challenge in that moment. Like one of the example is like the potty training. We have a guide how to potty train your toddler, and many parents they struggle with that. So I've got that extensive guide where they can just go step by step, give them examples and reassure us how we can do that, and have their questions answered, and have their actions and what they could do, how they can do it. So that is just an example of one of the guides I've got. I've got another guide that helps children with their worries and their anxiety. So there is a guide how to help your child to overcome that anxiety, which is very worrying for the parents. And that guide will help them to help their children. Another guide that we are working on is how we can bond with our teenagers. It's very difficult time for teenagers and for parents, and having that guide they can go to and have those advices, those tips, they can just use it is very important. And I can see how parents just sometimes they say, I don't want to take all those courses. I just want really to know about that. And they will have that value in shorter guides.
That sounds brilliant. And having obviously been through potty training four times, each ever so slightly different. I know exactly where you're coming from with that. And I
Yes.
say to have some of your experience actually give me a guide is really, really helpful. And the teenager one as well. I look forward to reading that as well, because I think that'll help out definitely.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, 100%. There is a big demand for it. And there is what I want to do is like have that available for parents. And yes, I look forward for your feedback as well.
Yes, definitely. Thank you very much. So we're almost at the end. I've had a really good time chatting with you. So, in your own words, what does the future hold for the positive parenting community?
So this school community has been built around the community. And the future of it is to carry on support each other. And in future, I want to hold coffee mornings with the community where we can just become more part of each other, and not just being me the advisor, being them advising each other and share each other's experiences, like build it a really strong, solid, supportive community. So a coffee morning once a month is on a plan. Um, Also, want to bring experts, experts in different fields. It could be a midwife, it could be a teacher, it could be a childcare provider, anyone, a psychology. So someone who can is expert in their own field, who can actually add that value and give us their knowledge to the community, which is huge, and I'm excited about that. So that's something for the future, and just grow it worldwide, and grow it around the community. Again, I mentioned it before, is not just what I know now, is what I can learn and keep myself with the times, keep myself with know more, understand more, and so I can give back.
I think that's a lovely aspiration. And so have it worldwide. The community aspect, obviously, from some of the things that we do is so important. And you don't realize the importance of being in a community, all with like-minded things in common. It just makes things so powerful, doesn't it? When you've got, a group that are all supporting each other, it's just a really, really nice. And if anyone's not experienced being in a community for something, definitely worth getting involved. That thing about being alone, is totally got rid of when you're in a community, and everyone's wanting you to succeed. And even something like potty training, we've mentioned it before, but it's a massive hurdle when it comes up, and just to get over that with other people supporting you and wanting you to do the best, I think
Yes,
is
yes.
brilliant. And the anxiety and everything else that children go through in this day and age, in the screen time, having different parents, who have tried different things, and obviously with Sonia, leading by example, it's I don't know, the future seems really, really bright with the positive parenting community.
Yes, I'm excited. It's like you say, it's like-minded people when you said that. Is that's exactly what it is. And it's actually wanted to build that trust in a community, like somewhere that you can just open yourself, and people are there for you because they are there in the same boat, in a safe, supportive community, really.
And I think, again, as you just said, it's kind of like whatever issues that people are having with their children at any age, there will be another parent going through exactly the same thing. And
Yes.
the bigger the community gets, the more people will have the common issues. So things like the fact sheets and the guides that you're releasing will be relevant to loads of people, not all at the same time, which is the beauty of what you're doing in terms of the courses that you offer, isn't it? It's the fact that if you're at a different stage of parenting, then basically you've got them covered. The community's there for them.
And saying that, if you allow me, so I failed to say that it was launched on the 1st of January 2025, and we already got 47 members. I'm very excited about that. But while we're here, I want to reach for everyone, not just only join us, but also to interact. Remember is a safe place, and remember why it was founded and where we want to be. So with everyone's interaction, everyone talking about is just going to encourage everyone to be a part of it. So that's really what I want to call everyone to.
No, that's brilliant, Sonia. Thank you very much. One question which is related to business, but I'm often intrigued by one of the people that we have on the podcast. And if you've got somebody that's thinking about setting up their own business, bearing in mind you've been going for 16 years, What advice do you have to give those people that have got an idea or have who want to set up their own business?
If this these people who's been listening to us, I already kind of answered that question, but I'm going to say it again because it is super important. You must be passionate. If you have the passion about what you're going to do, you're going to do it well because it's what you're passionate about. You're going to give your 100%. When you don't feel 100%, you still give your passionate about it and you will work for it. So passion is a number one skill you need to do. You cannot bring up a business that you do not like, because when rainy day is coming, you don't feel motivated to do it and you won't give your best. Passion always, and then action. Action, so work on your ideas, work on your passion, work on it, and things will take place. So this is the main ingredients of setting up a business from nothing.
That's brilliant, Sonia. Thank you very much. And say, you are very passionate about the positive parenting community and everything you do. There's obviously the QR code on there for people to scan to take you directly to the community. Thank you so much for joining us, Sonia. I really, really appreciate it. It's been thoroughly interesting, as it is always talking to you. So thank you very much for joining us. And you'll find Sonia's details as well at the bottom of this video.
My pleasure, Mark. Thank you for this opportunity.
That's lovely. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you.